Hi, this is Reddit Confessions channel. There are times in life when the ground simply falls away under your feet. No warning, no dramatic flash, just a whisper that suddenly echoes like thunder. For me, it happened during a mundane drive home. My wife, Celeste, sat beside me, her laughter still sparkling from the corporate party we'd just left. Glamorous suits, polished faces, expensive drinks, and her, radiant as ever, golden hair draped over a fitted dress that made every head turn. We'd been married 9 years. I trusted her, or at least, I thought I did. But somewhere between the toast and the smiles, that trust began to fracture. A faint knot in my gut. I told myself I was overreacting. Maybe it was nerves. Work stress. I glanced at my phone, nothing unusual. Then a message came. Does it hurt? Yet no sender. No context. For unsettling words that dropped ice straight into my chest. As I read it, Celeste looked overcome, poised, and asked if everything was okay. I forced a breath. A lie slipped out. Yeah, work stuff. She nodded. I looked back at the road, but that knot tightened, spreading, growing. Seconds later, my phone beeped again. Check your wife's phone if you have the guts. Now panic threatened. My pulse hammered. She was still scrolling her phone, leaning it away just enough and occasionally smirking. I hated what that told me. I had two paths: ignore it, pretend normalcy, or follow the hunger for truth, even if it broke everything. Part 2, sneaking the proof. By the time we made it home, my mind raced. She said she needed a shower. It was warm in the car. I said yes and watched her disappear into the house. Her heels clicked and then spun off beyond my sight. That's when I made my move. I waited for the shower to start, then slipped into the bedroom. The nightstand held her purse unzipped. I reached in and her phone. I turned it on. Locked. My palms sweated. It memorized her code. 5 efficient digits she typed without thinking. I tried. It clicked open. Her messages spilled across the screen. Flattering texts from friends. Gentle banter with colleagues. Then, a chat with Nathan. I couldn't keep my hands off you tonight. You would drive me insane. Soon we won't have to hide this. Then a reservation. Her name. Tomorrow morning. A hotel near downtown. My breath caught. My chest tightened. Betrayal wasn't painful anymore. It was predictable, cold, precise. I returned the phone. Pressed it exactly as before, so it looked untouched. I dressed casually, muscles trembling. I heard the water stop and then she appeared, hair wrapped in a towel, that faint smile elusively back on her lips. Morning, she said. Shower was so worth it. I nodded. You ready? Yeah. She slipped into the bed beside me. Silence hung between us. Part 3. Planning the confrontation. I lay there, heart pounding. I couldn't miss this tomorrow. I needed to see it, hear it, record it. She kissed me goodbye, sharp and polite. Kissed my cheek like routine. Love you. I held her eyes for a second. Chemical, cold. She walked out. In that still moment, I decided I'll expose it. Quietly, clinically, but I had to catch it. I grabbed her phone and looked at the reservation details again. Hotel, the Covington Suites. Confirmation for tomorrow at 11:15. I watched. Part 4. Waiting at the hotel. The day bleeding into late morning, I parked across the street from the hotel. Nervous, methodical, dressed in a plain dark sweater and jeans. My heart felt like a war drum. Celeste and Nathan arrived together, she in a new dress, confident, and him in crisp black slacks. She smiled up at him as he whispered something. She laughed, touched his arm. Lightning inside my chest. They headed inside. Elevator doors swallowed them. By 11:17, I walked in. Reception quiet. I approached. My wife, room 1109. I forgot the number. Policy. She called up. 1109. I nodded, said thanks, made a small request. Could you send up a bottle of champagne? She glanced. Certainly. I left a tip and walked away. Part 5. Recording the betrayal. I took stairs. Floor 11. Hallway. Room 1109. I hovered outside. I started recording. Faint voices. Then the tone softened. Laughter turned intimate. Her voice, warm. His voice, low. "You shouldn't have kissed me in the lobby," she giggled. "You're irresistible," he whispered. A moan. The elevator in the world collapsed. My entire body shook. But I stayed. I captured every breath, every syllable. Then, I knocked softly. The giggles stopped. Footsteps shuffled. Door cracked. Celeste's face appeared wide-eyed. A momentary blank. Then recognition. Her eyes fell to me. Shock. Color drained. I stepped inside. Nathan frozen against the bedshirt halfway unbuttoned. She opened her mouth. I looked at him. "Right here, fair scene," I said. Then I hit play. The recording spilled out. Clear. Terrifying. Final. Her hair fell. Her shoulders slumped. Nathan exhaled sharply. I turned to Celeste. "How long?" She stammered. "A few months. All of it a mistake." I asked evenly. She cried fake tears. "Not mad," I said. "I'm done." I told her divorce papers would arrive tonight, and hit send. Part 6. Aftermath. Walking out was surreal. I exited into the afternoon. My phone erupted. "Jude, what is that?" From Elliot. "Tell me it's not real." From Wes. "Call me now." From her mother. I let them stew. Celeste's voice trembled in voicemails. "We can talk. I love you." But I deleted them. No more lies. I sat on my couch. The house suddenly light. By day's end, I emailed the recordings to a few trusted witnesses. Ghosts of trust turned into evidence. Over the next week, life changed. Emails cleared. Calls rattled. Her world collapsed under weightless proof. Part 7. Building myself back. I didn't celebrate. I reclaimed. I slept with lights on. I changed locks again. I spoke to a lawyer who said, "Leaving before the fire burns down everything can be brave." Work, gym, old friends. Rediscovery. Then one night, Wes insisted I go out. At the bar, I met Lena, not flashy, but gracious. We talked. We laughed. And for the first time in years, I wasn't thinking about Celeste at all. Her smile was gentle, real. And I smiled back. Final reflection. This isn't a story about cheating. It's about awareness. About how betrayal doesn't always arrive with slamming doors. Sometimes it whispers through messages, caresses in a hallway, promises. And how love doesn't always save you. You save yourself. Because sometimes the bravest act isn't confronting the person at fault, it's walking away from the person you used to believe in.